The heavy rains overnight continue to cause flash flooding with little warning, and what appears to be safe routes can turn dangerous in seconds. Do not drive through standing water. And we were speaking with a listener earlier from Whites Creek, just to give you an example of what we're dealing with here. She is in Whites Creek, the Whites Creek area. To be flooded, to say it is flood, the stage has to be 18 feet. As of 10 a.m. this morning, Whites Creek was under 25 feet. So that's the kind of flooding that we're dealing with. It's unprecedented in this area.
And we also had a listener just report that he had a backyard rain gauge. This isn't official, but on his backyard rain gauge, 17 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. So that normally that's how almost as much as you get in a month, and we got it in a day. And that's the reason why this is not draining the way it's supposed to, is because we're just not used to this much rain this quickly.
Right, absolutely. And this, we were talking to Tim Ross just a few minutes ago. This is going to continue for the next several hours. You're going to see these thunderstorms pop up. And looking at the radar, southwest of Nashville up to northeast of Nashville is where the really severe weather is right now as far as heavy downpours. But it's all coming from the south. And, John, this is the kind of weird thing about this is this whole system is coming directly from the south up. Most of the time, and Tim can clarify if I'm wrong, most of the time the weather comes in from the west. You get that west to east kind of storm fronts, and this one's coming directly from the south, and it's taking the better part of 2 days to get through.
And that sounds like a question that, like I said, Tim could probably address is why it's doing what. My understanding, there was a low pressure front kind of centered over Middle Tennessee, and that was what was causing it. Let's go back to the phones and talk to David, who's out there on 40. David, what do you see?
Well, I'm out here on Highway 40. I'm coming in from Memphis. We're about mile marker 168. It just started moving again, but I'm sure it's going to stop in about another couple of minutes. Everything's backed up. We were just trying to get to the Fairview exit and find out if Highway 7 was open going down toward Columbia. But right now it's kind of hit and miss as to where we can go and where we can't go. We're trying to get down to Chapel Hill.
From all the indications I've seen, 40 is you're not going to be able to continue through on 40. Sooner or later, you're going to need to get off.
Right.
Because it's definitely shut down West Nashville and definitely into what is that over there, Patrick? Is that Cheatham and then Hickman County, or what? How
40
does 40
West,
go?
yeah, you go Davidson, and then you go to Cheatham, like you're going to go through Ashland City, and then you get into you go through Williamson County a little bit, and then on into Dixon County. And that area of 40 is just a mess today. 40 westbound, 40 west to Memphis even has problems all along it. We haven't talked much about it today, but even Memphis is having just as much problems as we are today.
Yeah, yesterday when this first happened, we were thinking, well, this is going to probably drag on for the rest of the evening. I thought, I thought, this might be a problem, until the sun goes down. I wasn't thinking that this would continue to be a problem throughout the night and then on into today, because we're just getting more and more rain. Every time I look over at the radar, there's another band coming through. Now, according to staff meteorologist Tim Ross, once this moves out, it'll move out fairly quickly, and then we can start the process of things draining out. But that doesn't mean the floodwaters won't continue to rise for a while.
They've got a crest, and and if we've learned anything from watching the floods in the Midwest over the last 10 to 15 years, you get a bunch of rain, the water rises, and then it's hours after the rain finally clears out that the waters finally crest and begin to recede. So that's my big question is, when can we anticipate these floodwaters actually cresting in these areas? And that's the point that we'll start to see them recede. Is it today? Is it tomorrow morning? That's the question that I want to know.